Well, welcome back to the next part of the celebrity meet and greets. I'm going to do a little bit more talking about who I've met and enjoy this little episode. Right, the next standout meet and greet was Jon Pertwee. Now, I have met pretty much all the Doctors. I've not met William Hartnell and Patrick Troughton because they sadly died a long while ago, so I didn't meet them. But the biggest standout one, actually there was two standout ones, so I think I'll put them both in. We call it the Doctor Who special. But it was Jon Pertwee was a standout meet and greet. I've met him a few times, got a few things signed from him, met him at a couple of conventions. At a convention he was just amazing, because if you know Jon Pertwee from a British point of view, not only was he Doctor Who, he was Wurzel Gummidge. And if you're a little bit older still, he was in the Navy Lark, which was a radio show, BBC radio show. What Jon Pertwee was phenomenal at doing was voices. Do check out some YouTube clips of Jon Pertwee doing his voices. You know, not just Wurzel Gummidge, he just does some good voices. He pops up in some Carry On films. When we see him doing one of his one-man shows, he had said that he was approached numerous occasions by the director, producers of the Carry On movies to say, can you do the Carry On movies? He kind of point blank refused to do it. He said, I can't do this because I don't want to be pigeonholed into doing this, because the likes of Kenneth Williams and Sid James and Barbara Windsor and Charles Hawtrey, they are just so good at it, and there's no way I could compete with them. Yes, I'm funny, but I can't compete with them. Not going to be in it. Then at some point his arm was twisted, and he did appear in it. In 3 films, Carry On Cowboy, Carry On Screaming and Carry On Cleo. Now Carry On Cleo was the exception, because the other 2 he had said to him that I will appear in a Carry On film as a cameo on the condition that I get killed off. So in Carry On Screaming and Carry On Cowboy he dies. He gets killed for, if you watch the films you know he dies. Carry On Cleo he doesn't. I don't quite know what happened there. He was the soothsayer and he didn't, so he must have had his arm twisted a bit more. So he was a really good person to see meet. He was Doctor Who personified. He loved meeting fans. I might put another picture out as I'm talking. The pictures might have already appeared on there. We see him years and years ago at the 30th anniversary of the Doctor Who series back in 1993. That was in London. That was a very good one. That was a stand-up one as well, because I went with my friend. We met a few characters, stars from the show there, and they had an exhibition there. And in the exhibition there was a TARDIS, and that was where they were doing the professional photos, but it was kind of roped off. So I said to my friend, well, I kind of want to get a picture with the TARDIS. So I stepped over the rope, got my picture in the TARDIS poking head out. Next one, a big voice on the tannoy, can people please vacate the area with the TARDIS? This is not a meet and greet photo session. It's like, that's us, we got told off, naughty us. So that was a stand-up one with say Jon Pertwee, just a wonderful person. The other stand-out meet and greet was Tom Baker. Now it wasn't so much when I had a meet and greet with him, and I'll probably put a picture of me with him. That was in Birmingham, which was funny in itself because he signed a Doctor Who picture, and kind of a picture. Of course you can come round, so I walked around because at that point I was walking a bit better, but I was still hobbling a little bit. But I was more tired than I thought because I hadn't sat down. So as I come round, he said, "Oh, bend down." So I bent down, but then I couldn't get back up again. So Tom Baker's had to lift me back up onto my feet because I couldn't get back up. I'd be down there forever. So that was funny, but the funnier one was when I see him a few years later. I didn't actually go to see him to get an autograph, because normally for me one autograph is enough. That's all I need, one autograph. But he was at another signing event in London, and he was sitting all on his own, no one in the queue for him. So I thought, something I didn't do last time I see him, I had to do it. So I went up to him. Now, if you know Blackadder, you're going to know exactly what I'm going to say. If you've not seen Blackadder, watch Series 2, and I think the episode is called Potato, because he plays a pirate and he's got no legs. Ha ha! He's doing all this, but what he does, he goes, ah, and I'm going to do it because I went up to, I said, Tom, can I just say something? He went, of course you can. I said, Tom, ah, you have a woman's hand, and he just cracked up. He went, no. He goes, you have a woman's purse. So if you watch Blackadder, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. If you've not watched Blackadder, try and find it on YouTube. Blackadder, Tom Baker, that clip's got to be on there somewhere. It is so funny, so funny. So that's my standout moment there of meeting Tom Baker and reenacting Blackadder with him. Not geeky, just funny. Just funny. Now I have met a few Hollywood actors, two of which I'd never thought I'd met in a million years. They didn't really, there's no real tale to tell with them as such, but I'm going to tell a slight tale on both of them. One was in London, and it was Tony Curtis. Tony Curtis, Hollywood legend. Now he's been in so many films. I can't even list the films he's been in. You could have to Wikipedia it. For me, he's one of the Persuaders. Him and Roger Moore. Also met Roger Moore. So it's like tick tick. I've met Tony Curtis, Hollywood legend. Roger Moore, the James Bond, and then the Persuaders. Met them both. Tony Curtis was unfortunately I think he might be. I say he was ill. He was pushed out in a wheelchair. So it's always sad to see, someone that truly great in a wheelchair being pushed out. But he was very chatty, and he was also sending some of his artwork because he was, once he sort of come towards the end of his film career, he might still be doing it prior to then. He was a bit of an artist, and he was always drawing stuff, and he probably had different art shows, galleries in New York where he lived. So that was quite cool to meet him. And then the other one I met again, who I thought I'd never meet in a million years, was Burt Reynolds. Burt Reynolds, Smoking the Bandit. Smoking the Bandit, met him. That was really cool. A bit bizarre that one was because, but again I can appreciate it. It was like you can meet him, try not to talk to him, and no flash photography. So I've got a picture of him. Not a picture with him. I've got a picture of him, which I might post on here. It's not a bad picture, but yeah, it was just nice to meet Burt Reynolds and get a Smoking Bandit picture signed. But then the one person I thought I would never meet in a million years, and if anyone knows me well enough, knows how much I love this movie, is The Nightmare Before Christmas. I've met two people from Nightmare Before Christmas, do it that way. Two people from Nightmare Before Christmas. Now one was Glen Shadix, and I'll pop his picture on here. Glen Shadix plays the mayor. Oh Jack, Jack. That's my impression of the mayor. If you watch Nightmare Before Christmas, that was a spot on impersonation there. Met him in London. He was very funny because he was in, apart from Nightmare Before Christmas as the voice of the mayor, he was in Sylvester Stallone film Demolition Man, that was it, and he was in the Tim Burton film, what's the one? Beetlejuice. Don't say it 3 times. Beetlejuice. I won't say it again. He was in that film. He was so funny. He was a little bit camp, so when you see him in these films and he's playing a camp role, I think that's naturally him. But I went out to him and I said to him again, I don't normally say this to actors. What do you not normally say? I said, well, I love you. And it seems to be a common theme. I say I love you, but I don't. But I generally do love Glen Shadix as the mayor, because in The Nightmare Before Christmas, although we love Jack, it is the mayor who is my favourite character in it. And just the way, oh Jack, oh, and all that, it's just brilliant. So he said to me, oh, I'm so happy. I said, no, you're not happy. I'm happy to meet you. So he said, well, because he's obviously you're my number one fan. You're my number one fan. You can have another autograph at half price. So I said, that's really sweet of you. I said, I only really want one. I said, I can afford to. I said, but I only really want one, and that's The Nightmare Before Christmas one. I said, let me give it some thought. I'm going to walk around. I am coming back. I'm going to give it some more thought. And then I did come back to him. I said, and he said, oh, you're back? I said, of course I'm back. I was never not going to come back to you and get your autograph. I said, no, thank you for your kind offer. I said, I'm just going to have one because I only need one. And I'm going to have that one. And I picked out a Nightmare Before Christmas one. So that was a good one. But then the one person again I never thought I'd meet in a million years from Nightmare Before Christmas was Jack Skellington himself, and that is Chris Sarandon. Chris Sarandon, I'll probably mention in other little vlogs, is Jack Skellington. He pops up in The Princess Bride as well as a bit of a baddie in that one, and that was quite cool. You probably can't see it with the picture I'm going to upload now, and I've still got it in the wardrobe because my mum and dad bought it for me in Florida many years ago. It's a denim jacket with Jack Skellington on the back. So I had Jack Skellington. I think I probably had a t-shirt on. I can't remember what the picture is now because I haven't loaded it up yet. And it was like, but I didn't go all geeky with him. It was just like, I'm so happy to meet you, because just so happy to meet you. And he went, I'm so happy to meet you as well. And obviously, to a point, celebrities are a bit polite. They are happy to meet you. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. Sometimes they say it, sometimes they mean it. I don't know, but he looked like he was happy to meet fans there. But it was like, I can't believe I met Jack Skellington, or the voice of. Awesome, awesome. So for me, there's no real tab to that other than that I've met Jack Skellington. Just love that movie. There are things everywhere in this room for Jack Skellington, and in our dining room there are things everywhere for Nightmare Before Christmas. Over there is a Nightmare Before Christmas goblet. There's a Jack Figaro there. Down there, there's a Jack candlestick holder. Jack is everywhere in this house because I'm a big Jack fan. Thanks for watching today's little episode. There'll probably be another episode coming up at some point soon, so keep a little eye out for those. So thanks for watching and see you soon.